Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I recently went to this trip to Vietnam and I had a lot of queries after that come to me from my friends and colleagues. So I thought I'll just compile all the videos that I had created, which were not intended to be put in a vlog. So don't mind the quality. But yeah, I tried compiling them all day wise so it can give you an idea about the itinerary. Maybe you guys, if you want to know my experiences, if you want to understand about the country and all. And so I just compiled everything. I will be making a more detailed video about visa application and currency exchange, booking the places to stay in, and all of that later on. But for now, I just wanted to kind of share my experience. So yeah, let's get started. So we started our 8-day trip from Hanoi. We took a flight from Delhi to Hanoi and then we stayed in Hanoi for the next 3 days. The reason for choosing Hanoi was that everything was very accessible from there and there were a lot of stay options. As we landed in Hanoi, we went for an immigration right away, which took a lot of time because the queue was pretty long. Once that was done, we checked into our hotel and decided to take some rest because we had an early flight, so we didn't get enough sleep. And then we headed out to explore the city. So we roamed around the streets, ate at this very beautiful cafe called Bangkok, and that was already evening by then, so we went to the famous train street, which I found very okayish. After which we did some shopping and then we headed to the very popular beer street, which is like very crowded and jam-packed at night. We had some beers obviously and then we called it a day. For the second day we had a tour booked for Ninh, which included pick up, drop, food. We also did cycling around this, the city, and then we went to this old temple and old village. We also did the Mua viewpoint, which is one of the main attractions. You have to climb 500 steps, but it is so worth it. This is the view, you guys, and it's very pretty from there. After we were done with the trekking and everything, we went for boating. Again, a very beautiful experience. It's one of a kind. I think I've never seen a lake like that. You go inside caves and then there is you come out of the cave and there is this lake, and it's a big lake. It takes good 2 hours. We did some more sightseeing of the beautiful town of Ninh and then we headed back to Hanoi, and we went to this very beautiful cafe called Notes Cafe where you apparently write notes and stick them. We also were recommended to have their egg coffee, so we tried that. And then we headed for our dinner at an Indian restaurant because we were really craving Indian food. So the third day started pretty early for us because we had to travel around 3 hours to get to Halong Bay from where we had our cruise that we had pre-booked and we were all very excited about. So once we reached the cruise, we were welcomed with drinks and food, and then we decided to go on the top of the cruise and enjoy the views and chill. So there are quite a few activities included in this tour. You go to this T-top island where you have to climb some 100 steps or so, and then you get to enjoy this beautiful view. It's a little crowded, I have to say, but the view is really worth it. The next stop was Surprise Caves. Now this was a very unique experience because this is something I've never seen before and it's so mesmerizing and beautiful. We really enjoyed this whole tour, and then we did some kayaking. Now this was also something I'd done for the first time and it was so much fun. After all our activities were done, we headed back to our deck and we just chilled, relaxed, enjoyed the views, had some drinks, and then we were headed back to Hanoi. Next morning, we took a flight to Danang, which is in the central of Vietnam. And the first day we went to Hoi An, which is hardly a half an hour drive from Danang. And this is such a beautiful place. It's also known as the Lantern City of Vietnam. And we just fell in love with this place. We did some boat ride ate some food, and then just sat and chilled on the riverside. The next day, we decided to explore the city of Danang. There are quite a few beautiful cafes in Danang, so we decided to eat some good food, chill on the beach, and because our hotel was very close to the beach. And in the evening, we went to this famous night market. So we did some shopping, ate some good food, and then we came back to the beach and we got some foot massages and just relaxed and chilled on the beach. So the next stop has to be the highlight of our Vietnam trip. You just cannot miss it. This is about an hour drive from Da Nang. You come to the Bana Hills, take the ticket, and then you go on the cable car, which is the world's longest cable car and with such beautiful views. The first stop is the Golden Bridge, then you see the pagoda, and there is a theme park, and after that comes the most beautiful part, which is the French village. As we entered the French village, there were some shows going on by some of these groups, which made this beautiful place look even more dreamy. So we decided to just enjoy that for a while, and then we went on a stroll to explore the place. We sat down and eat in one of these restaurants, and then we hanged in for a bit. We couldn't do the roller coaster, which is another experience here. Next morning, we took a flight for Ho Chi Minh, which is our last stop for the trip. Since we had 2 days in Ho Chi Minh, we decided to keep it pretty light the first day, so we just went around the city a little bit. We chilled in the pool in the hotel, and then we went to party at night. So there's this Bui Wien walking street, which is very famous for partying, and it was very close to our hotel. So we went there, and then we partied till like 3 or 4 in the morning, which is the norm. And then we decided to do a little city tour the next day. So the second day, we took this hop on hop off bus, which takes you to different stops and shows you the main places and attraction of the city. So after the city tour, we went for lunch, and then we went to shopping to Russian market and Ben Thanh market. Loved the Ben Thanh market, absolutely amazing for shopping. So yeah, and then we came back home, chilled a little, and that's the end of our trip. So we took an early morning flight, bid a last adieu to this beautiful country, and went back to Delhi. If you're still here, thank you for watching my video. Do let me know your feedback. If you have any questions, put them in the comment box below, and I'll try to answer them, especially if they're related to the travel plan and everything. And like I said, I will be making a detailed video on how to plan your trip, so stay tuned for that. Bye bye.